Hey, my friends, welcome to the Dallas Daily Show. We're going through a little bit more with these MindSHIFT quick tips and tricks and all the things. We're tip number 3 today, and it's actually make decisions now. So let's get into the conversation. So inside the Called to Success Academy, that's where we work with faith-centered, purpose-driven entrepreneurs. We help them get the consistency in their business. And there was a client, we did a kind of a beta test of it, the C to S Academy last year, and there was someone who was in the program, and they wanted to create a certain amount of content every week as part of their organic marketing strategy that they had designed. But they just never got to it, and they tried doing the block times, they tried doing all the stuff, and they just couldn't get consistency in it. And there were several things at play here, but one of the things that I asked them early on was, is this content creation time on your calendar at a time of day that works for you? They were like, well, I try and schedule this and schedule that, and then I try and fit that in. And I'm like, no. Is it on your calendar in such a way that you can remain consistent? Because one of the things we need to know here in the MindSHIFT, future you doesn't actually get consistent when you've got the energy, right? Future you decides and then does regardless. So we make the decision now for what we plan to accomplish. That way we don't fold later on when we don't have the energy to do it. So there's this motto, I guess you'd say. There's one of the tenets that you hear me say often if you're in my program, is there is a circular relationship that you have with your calendar. First, you rule your calendar. You decide when you're going to do stuff. You decide when stuff has to be done based on your typical energy levels and your typical focus times, and when you're networking versus deep work versus client fulfillment versus marketing efforts, etc. So number 1, you rule your calendar. And then number 2, you let your calendar rule you. You take the emotions off the table, you take the energy management off the table, and you say, I am predetermining that this is when I will get it done. So yes, block times are important, but the most important thing is that you remain consistent with yourself. Number 1, you rule your calendar. And then number 2, you allow your calendar to rule you. That is the mind shift you need. Not for productivity, more so than for consistency, because it isn't about waking up inspired. It's about anchoring to the decision that you have made. Don't trust the circumstances around you. Rule your calendar, and then allow your calendar to rule you. All right, my friends, that's all I got for you today. If you want more about your future self, go to futureyou5day.com, and now go out there and have a championship day.
Thanks for listening to my dad's podcast. For more tools, go to dallasdailyshow.com. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.